other crazy shit.
All came, to the Western audiences all at once, right?
Yeah.
That is true.
The first time I ever saw any kind of, like Japanese animation was Akira in New York City. There was a game store that had like import games. Probably the early '90s. I went in there, and they had it on like a little TV, and there was like 6 dudes just crowding around watching it.
What is this?
On VHS.
What is this?
And I remember seeing. I didn't know what it was at the time. I remember like watching some of it. It was like the motorcycles, and then years later when I saw the movie when it came out on DVD, then I was like, oh, that's what they were watching back then.
Right.
It's good stuff.
The Japanimation. Remember when they called?
All right, so I guess before we start getting into stuff, just as a little FYI reminder thing, what this really is just looking back at the fun, cool, definite classic The Guy stuff. So pre-streams from 2014 and onward. I believe there is probably some older stuff found, but for right now we're just going the general compiled lists of things that are on the DSP channel, and like I guess the King of 8 fucking blogs archive channel too. So we'll listen to this for a little while. Actually, we probably could definitely see if The Guy is even going right now while this happens. Where is fuck? Do I have to do DSP gaming? I gotta do DSP gaming. Cringe. So this is going right now. Alright, cool. So alright, until that happens, we'll go back to let's get rid of some of these things here. Alright.
Called it Japanimation.
We'll go this way.
Japanimation.
Before they called it anime.
Yeah.
We'll keep it this way for right
now. Good
now.
title for I think to introduce it though, because it's animation from Japan.
Right, it made sense.
Japanimation.
We are also trying to keep a little record of stuff like links and some fun topics that we see pop up once in a while. So hopefully that's fun. I'm going to be typing as I'm working and stuff too. So.
Right. How dare you?
You should be watching this.
Have you not seen the new Miyazaki classic?
Yeah.
And of course, we hear the wonderful dual companionship of DSP and fucking a dumb fuck John Rambo that he hates so much now. Because, dude, it was a million years ago I had friends. Duh.
It was crazy. It was like an invasion. You know, something that you never heard of, and then you realize there's how many years worth of series and stuff.
Yeah, of all the pop culture I've experienced in my life, that was one of the moments that stick out, right? You know, like.
Yeah, when Dragon Ball Z was introduced in the United States, the series was over in Japan, and you had hundreds of episodes. You know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like they were showing some of it, but then people were starting to get all of it, or stuff that was like 100 miles ahead.
Right.
And
I already know a bunch of this stuff's gonna be so fucking boring to listen to. So hey, I'm gonna be quiet for a lot of it because I'm trying to I'm working while I'm doing this. I usually have like videos playing and stuff while I'm working, and just to try to like have multitasking ability of keeping track of cool clips or sound effects and shit like that. So. A lot of typing sounds may come through. I should have a decent gate on, but we'll see what happens, though.
Yep. Something new will come out.
What could possibly now?
Antarctican animation.
Antarctican
animation,
such a
connected culture now. It's not like it used to be. You know what I mean? Now with the dawn of the internet, what could possibly come out that no one knew about? That's this huge, fad and success and
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think there's anything left.
It's very hard to capture the imagination and the eyes and ears of everyone, like in the past you were able to do. You know, because there's so much options, so many options. You don't have to be like this is the thing now, right? So it's good and bad, I think.
Yeah, being connected the way we are today is unique. Because it's like you're exposed to everything, but at the same time,
it's very
kind of muddy. It's almost like a mess.
Right, and it's almost kind of.
I am interested to see how the opinions change throughout the decades. Of course.
Heard of, completely original. It's fun. Now it's like, well, you kind of know what's out there.
Genie's out of the bottle.
You know, and you choose.
And also, what happens is a lot of things that are good get lost because there's so much stuff.
That's true.
How does this one thing ever get noticed?
That is true.
In the sea of things.
You got an infinite amount of choices. How do you know which one is the one you're going to enjoy, or if it's good, or
how are people going to find this other thing when there's so much crap?
How many people end up watching the overhyped, overpromoted crap when it really was a gem that they missed because they would have liked it and they didn't ever heard of it?
Right. How do you wade through all the crap to find the good stuff? Right.
I guess this can kind of actually be a DSP comparison for this one. Like realistically, weeding through all the crap and the nonsense. So unironically, if you do wind up enjoying something that this fucking dumb shit like creates and or interacts with, it's kind of vomited around due to having like 50 to 60,000 other pieces of content to like fucking to drown it out. So even like the offshoot chance that the handful of people that are mentally ill or challenged that enjoy this stuff, maybe the new ones won't see any of the let's say diamonds in the rough because you just have too much trash and just fucking nonsense around you. So that's a fun little observation and kind of little connecting the dots there. But we're almost done with this one, so we'll like about like 10 after. We'll wait to Hava or the main pre-stream podcast. It's usually by 10 after, hopefully he is talking, usually.
Because they feel,
this sucks.
Well, if it's the most popular, it has to be the best, right?
Well, it's crazy. A lot of times people don't even
and
like
I love hearing all these same debate arguments he has. Like, it's popular for popularity's sake, or like they'll do this for this. Oh, God, wrestling talk, let's go.
I'll just keep watching WWE. But wait a minute, there's TNA, there's Ring of Honor, there's all this. No, WWE, that's all there is, right?
Most people would rather dislike WWE than ever watch anything else. Or try something else.
Yeah.
And then as soon as if they ever do try something else, it's immediately comparing it to WWE, and then it's like, no one can really compete with their production and things like that. So then it's just like you don't have an open mind about things,
It's true.
It's true.
So, John, we've come full circle. We've talked about fighting games.
Now we're back.
Porn, anime, and now we're talking about wrestling.
Now we're right back where we
should be. That's how it works. Our big glistening roided bodies are now ready to start today's show. Discuss many pertinent wrestling topics. And
I didn't realize this is a fucking this is a Smart Guys pre-stream. He put up Smart Guys pre-stream in this fucking video. What's going on yet?
Yes, very educational.
You spark hot discussion, intelligent discussions. I'm sure the people on the stream and people watching this on YouTube for the first time are now weak.
All right, well.
All right, next.
I want to know if you watch this, you let me know, and you have to say things that we talked about in order to.
Right, so this button's not working. That's fun. So we'll go to March 16 ourselves. We'll manual. This is 10-minute pre-stream. Let's go.
Hello.
10-minute pre-streams.
Welcome to the stream. Yes, please take your seats. Please do not delay. The show is about to start, and once the doors close, they will not be opening until the intermission.
All cut
That's
off.
the old school way of doing things. That's right. Please file in calmly, single file. Please refer to your tickets to find your seat numbers. Please do not sit in anyone else's seat or you will be firmly ejected from the theater. We'll get giant wooden hooks to hook your neck and yank your ass out. Yes. So, welcome to the pre-stream, everyone, as we wait for the stream to fill up a little bit. And I get to do a little bit of chit-chat with you on the stream. We've got a good 300 people right now and growing.
Yo, based 300
this
people.
This week is a nutty, crazy,
nutty.
Week,
yo, it's nutty, bros. Boyos.
I'm incredibly happy and fortunate that I'm able to experience this with you.
What was happening in March of 2014? Right. Let's see what happens. What's so nutty? He'll tell us, I'm sure. George.
And it's going to be a packed one. It's going to be a week where I'm juggling
tons
of stuff. Major releases. Continuing playthroughs. A little bit of filler. A week when, we got heavy hitters being released on earlier in the week and later in the week. Which is pretty crazy.
But what are the hitters,
though? 2 days I have to go to the store to get new games this week.
Yo, remember going to the store for the new games every week?
I'm incredibly excited.
Remember living like down the street from GameStop that you saw?
And I get to not only continue that game, but play 2 more.
How
often can you say that you're playing 3 great games in 1 week?
What's this guy's name? George
guarantee that? You know what I mean? Huh? But let's face it. We're already playing a good one. Mr. Kojima,
Is he gonna mention a
my
fucking game
buddy,
name
my
at all?
personal friend, who I speak with on a regular basis, assures me that this game coming out this week is not just an overblown game demo and will be worth the $39.99 price tag.
$40, huh?
He said, do not worry, Phil. When you play my game, you will enjoy it. You will
What was
be
the
a master
Kojima
of
game?
stealth, as
Fucking
you
just
all
Metal Gear
always
Solid
have
5?
been.
Maybe?
And you will continue on in your amazing legacy of error-free playthroughs of the Metal Gear
Error.
Solid series coming
Yep, there we go.
this
Metal
week.
Solid. Oh,
And I
Peace
said, Mr.
Walker
Kojima,
or
thank
if
you
it's
very
for fucking
much,
5 or
Kojima-san,
whatever the fuck.
for continuing to grace us with your masterpieces. I don't know how the gaming world would exist without you. Even though you made a tweet back in September saying that Grand Theft Auto 5 is better than Metal Gear Solid 5. Yes, Mr. Kojima-san. Thank you. So, yes, and of course later in the week we've got the very, very long-awaited next entry into the infamous series.
Infamous 2?
Second Son.
Oh, Second Son. Oh,
That's
that's the
gonna be
PS4 one.
insane. I'm
Christ.
going to tell you basically how I'm going to be covering that in the weekend preview. Okay? And a few other things here and there that I will be juggling around. Including, remember that little giveaway that I had alluded to? You remember that?
Giveaway?
You guys remember?
Huh?
I was going to be giving a little something away.
Empty game
a little
cases.
something that I think maybe a small
Let's
handful
go.
of people might be interested
Yo,
in.
bring the empty games. Let's go.
There's a chance that may begin
Is this the
this
hardcore
week.
gaming season giveaway?
Okay. And, obviously I'm excited to do it. It's something that I wanted to do for a while. I've had this thing sitting around. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna fully explain it in the weekend preview. Okay.
God.
And it's gonna be pretty nuts. It's gonna be pretty nuts. Once this goes live, and in fact, there's only one thing holding it back, which is I need to speak with the mods on the website to make
To
sure
the
that we can
police. I'm like,
handle
what?
what's going to happen when I officially do this contest. Okay. So it's gonna be pretty nuts. And
Whoa.
yes,
Gonna be
I will be talking about that in
nuts.
the weekend preview as well.
It's gonna be fucking bonkers, dude.
So this week is going to be stacked. A stacked week.
Fucking
Full of
got
content,
them. Stacked.
Full of activity. Full of hilarity.
Activity, content,
And,
ops, everything's happening this week apparently from
I really
2014.
feel that it's going to be one of the best weeks of the year.
Damn, best
Looking
of
at
the
what's coming out for the
year,
rest of this
dude.
year,
Best of
of
the
course,
year.
the thing is, we have
Infamous.
absolutely no idea what's coming out in the last quarter, the hardcore gaming season per se. We have no
All
idea.
right, let's peek back to the future here. Dude, how? Is he in the chat still? Is he even in this chat? He is. Hold on. Wait. As soon as it's a new graphics I've never played a Jaws game. Haven't followed Scorn. It's pretty much the last day for new games. Oh, no new games. So far, so good. Okay, cool. He's still not doing anything. Wonderful.
Idea what's going
Back
to
to
be
the
coming out later
2014.
this year, in that
What
regard.
happened here? What's wrong?
Besides
Oh,
a few
Christ, what's
select
wrong?
games such as Batman
125.
Arkham Knight and a few others.
Question marking?
And of course, we'll look forward to those, but who knows when you're going to have another week with three major games like this.
713
So,
is 55.
I love it.
50, 85.
I love it.
I love it. He did it.
Stream fills
He
up. We
did
almost
the
have
thing.
400 people. I figure usually when we
Yo,
have around
400 without
people is when
drama
I
on
start.
streams back then, bro?
I don't know why I started using
Imagine.
400 people as the rule of thumb, but I do. I don't know. It's a real weird
Yo,
thing. I used to
older
think 400 people, you
DSP
feel like
definitely
you
would
have
be
enough
pissed
that,
right now.
not-
He's like,
not,
yeah.
a lot of people
Who
are
needs
missing out on the
400?
stream. I
Like,
don't know.
I have a close-knit group
I
of
have no idea how
friends
that
and viewers that love my content and love my streams. So they're on 4, so I'm on,
My God, the new meme DS Pizza has
on
become so
2,
popular
so-
now
Okay, on.
that every day in the stream chat,
DS
I see people
Pizza?
talking about DS Pizza,
The fuck is DS
all
Pizza?
stemming from a picture that John Rambo took of myself and OJ posing with pizza
Huh?
a little over a week ago.
OJ. Rambo.
And I said, this
Who the fuck?
is actually a reference to something that we are working on, but we will not disclose what it is. And people have made many different, guesses, assumptions, estimations on what it could be. Some say we're actually starting our own Italian pizza restaurant, being that We all pretty much have some Italian descent in us. Some are thinking that possibly we're starting our own porno company, production company, similar to the likes of Big Sausage Pizza. And other people are just fucking weird. They say this weird stuff. Like, this is what we do before we go into one of those weird behind-doors sex parties, sex romps.
Yes.
That is not correct. I'll tell you, I definitely dress a little bit more up for those sex romps when I attend them. So that was no way that photo was related to that, okay?
These are so rough to get through.
I don't go into,
We're not going to have any kind of gameplay, at least for my part. I'm going to play a game when we're done with this, but I have like an hour and a half of work left, so we're just going to listen to stuff. I can't really play anything. I guess I got like an idle thing going on. If I want to have an idle game plan. Give me that, I guess. Why not? Where's, I don't know,
DS
fucking
Pizza
Clicker
will
Heroes?
continue to be a meme, I'm assuming.
Yeah, why
This
not?
is the thing. If I ever do get those 250 paid subs, how cool would it be to do like a DS Pizza thing, a DS Pizza
a DS
icon or
Pizza
emote for the
icon.
chat, you know? I'm really hoping that I can reach the 250 by the end of the year. Right now, we're only at about from when I looked this morning, I had lost a few. I think I may actually be up to around 180 at this point, but I lost a few. A few fell out of the program, and I'm assuming it's because they didn't renew. And they didn't know they didn't renew, or they just decided they couldn't afford it this month, or whatever it is. But, oof.
Oh, God.
But yes.
Hit him with the oof.
So hopefully one day we will hit 250, and I will bring you DS Pizza and many other things, such as me dressed to the nines for the porno party. Okay. So we're going to be starting shortly, everyone. I'm not going to do a super long pre-stream for this one. I'm literally just
throwing
waiting
our
for a few more people to
cooldowns
file in.
everywhere.
396 people on the stream. Come on, we can fit 4 more. We can fit 4 more in here, and then we're going to close the doors, and we're going to start the show. Come on, 4 more. Let's get them in.
There we go.
Come on,
4
can
more.
we do it? It says 396 right now. Can we get 4 more? Can we get 400?
Is dude here yet?
Hey,
There it is.
With non-stop new releases every single
All right, we'll
day.
take a break for right now from,
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty much every day I'll be playing a new game. So that drought that we've had for quite some time.
Oh, look at that. Talking about new
is
games and
done.
droughts
It's
and this
over
this
with
fucking
as of
from
Friday.
2014 to
It's exciting,
2022.
obviously,
My man
right?
just
Like,
jumped.
We're excited for new games and new fun here on the streams. You guys have been clamoring for new games for a very long time, and it's about to happen. You know, games like Scorn on Friday, Plague Tale Requiem on Tuesday.
Plague Tale,
I have
Scorn,
to
Game
choose
Pass
next week
games.
what I wanna
Let's
play.
go.
Do I want to play the new Mario plus Rabbids game? Do I want to
No.
play Gotham Knights?
Gotham
I'm probably gonna
Knights.
have to make a choice initially.
If he's
between
playing
two.
a game, he's playing Gotham Knights. He's not playing
The other
fucking
one, if there's
Mario, bro.
time.
He's not playing that
End
game.
of the month, we got the
No one
Resident Evil
wants
8
him to fuck us
DLC,
that
and we
game.
got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Dude.
Plus, in between all of that, 2 special holiday-themed events for Halloween. This coming Saturday, we've got the Rob Gavigan
Oh, this nonsense fucking
I'll be
marathon
watching
he's
his
doing.
channel, spooky videos.
It's gonna be
of
so
pop,
terrible.
murder,
He's just
documentary
watching
style
fucking
stuff.
like A&E ghost stories, pretty
while
much.
also doing a battle royale in WWE 2K22, so that's gonna be
Battle
fun as hell.
Royale.
In addition to that, I'll be doing a Halloween Day marathon, doing a variety of video
Halloween
games
Day
for
marathon.
Halloween that you guys are currently nominating. How can you nominate games? Type !Halloween into the stream chat. It'll bring up the link for you. You can go right to the post that I made last week here on DSP Gaming, and you can nominate games. It's basically your last chance to do so. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the Rob Gavigan marathon, and then probably the next day I'm going to sit down and tally up the games you've nominated and figure out what were the most nominated ones, and that's going to determine the poll that you guys are going to be voting on for the second half of this month to see what games I'll actually be playing in the marathon.
These are such nonsense, fucking like just nuanced dumb shit. Like no one cares,
So,
dude. Like no one cares.
Have not yet.
Like these,
nominated
it's the
games, I
fucking
strongly
same
recommend that you do.
marathons every
Okay.
year. I'd love to like do a tally of like
Fair enough. It didn't
how
work
many
as it did. I
viewers'
just tried it, it
choice,
worked.
how many fucking like retrospectives, how
literally
many
just clicked on the
fucking
link and I'm
retro
about to post right now
replays. Some
what
are
we
have
nominated, so I don't
come
know what you're saying,
like
it doesn't work. work. Yes, it
I don't
does.
know, dude.
Absolutely, it does.
At a certain point, you gotta realize you're doing the fucking same shit literally every year.
So,
And there's never a chance that there was never gonna be a fucking Halloween
thanks
thing,
in advance
or
to
it
anyone
wasn't
who
gonna
does
wear a
that.
costume. Like really, there was never a
also,
chance.
I
it
got to get a
wasn't.
Halloween costume. You guys voted for video game.
And someone
character.
last night in the evening stream wanted to fucking put it in chat that he wanted to fucking buy him his costume or help him buy his costume. He's like,
I just don't have money for it right now.
And he didn't mention it when he responded to the guy. He's like, so and so. If you're serious about that, contact me at my email, darksidephil@hotmail.com. We'll discuss it privately. It's like,
next week with the new game.
So we don't got to do it in public in front of people that are being
funds to buy the
assholes. I'm gonna say some
costume.
stupid shit like what? Huh?
So,
Dude wants to buy you your
Cool.
costume
So
and
what should we
contribute
do? Let's
behind the
cover
scenes, and he
the
wants to just
schedule,
fucking
so you
keep
guys
him
know
as like
what's going
an
on next
unmasked
week.
ghost
There's a
guy
big
in the
variety of new
background,
stuff going
like a
on as well as
private
finishing
equity
up
or a
some
fucking
more things
an
to make
endorsement.
to make room for the new stuff.
Fuck.
Okay. Okay. So let's do it. What are we doing today? Today is the Level 1 podcast.
Every
I
day is
don't
Level 1
have
podcast here
much
at
to
Level
talk
1.
about on today's podcast.
So that's to
admittedly.
artificially
I'm scouring the
draw it
internet
out
you.
for fucking
I don't see much.
for
I
a
still
length of time.
see various
Scouring the
regulatory
internet means
agencies
looking through Twitter,
arguing
refreshing
about
his Twitter
Microsoft buying
timeline.
Activision
That's
Blizzard
dozens of
and
times.
saying that it's
Dozens.
gonna create like a lack of competition.
No one cares. Blizzard talk,
in the
marketing,
gaming
business
industry. I don't
talk.
see how. But
He has
it
no
seems like these regulatory
opinions.
bodies
Sits on the
just don't
fence,
listen
middle of the
to
ground man.
some
Yada yada yada.
comments.
Go. Move on, dude.
Pretty
Move
funny.
on, please.
But that's just an ongoing thing, and that's going to be an ongoing thing. I feel for a while. You know, the legality of all this stuff being argued holds up these things dramatically, and who knows if and when that fucking merger will ever go through. But outside of that, I'm looking around and I'm like,
Not
I don't
much.
see much going on right now, and I think what it is we're kind of in the calm before the gaming storm.
Before
Once
the
all
fall
these
gaming
new,
hardcore season.
Once all these new games start hitting, people will be talking about all these games nonstop. There'll be discussion around which are good, which are not, and then things will pick up. But right now, it's kind of like very, very slow and calm. We had the Street Fighter 6 beta, which everyone was excited for, and now it's just kind of like calm for right now.
Everyone,
probably
literally
start to
nobody that
boom,
wasn't
stuff start
a
happening.
fighting game fan, a Street Fighter fan. There was not a single person in the world that was like
Okay,
not
so-
hyped for this fucking game, bro.
Ladies
Trust.
and gents, today,
On
after
Level
the Level
1,
1 podcast, we're continuing on with the Evil Within 1.
David,
The good
27,
news is,
27.
from what I
fucking
can
hate my job,
surmise,
dude.
I believe we're more than halfway through the game or just passing the halfway point,
What game?
which is good. I think we're about
It's
10
Evil
hours
Within?
into it now. And if you
That
do
was
the
dog
math,
shit game.
and if everything goes according to plan and nothing really happens that holds me up, I think 2 to 3 more streams and we should beat the game. Okay? And not to say that I want to rush through the game or anything like that, but certainly it would make sense to complete this retro playthrough before
This retro
all the
playthrough.
nonstop
This is
releases
fucking
hit.
mid 2000s
So my goal-
playthrough of Evil Within for fall, of
excuse
course.
me, is to focus on the game today and over the weekend. And then hopefully early next week, when Plague Tale Requiem comes out, the playthrough will either be done or about to be
It's like
finished
going
on
from
maybe
horror to
Raven
horror, and I
Knight
get it. It's like
stream,
Halloween
okay?
and spooky season, but
that way-
still, dude. It's like this dude playing any fucking game
say,
is like
"Alright,
actually
good.
like a
You know,
horror theme
pass
in
it all,
itself, for fuck's
And
sake. P?
we're good to
No,
go,
it's gone.
right?
Right? 9117. Yep.
So that's the plan. So another major stream of Evil Within today. At this point in the game, I'm starting to kind of forget what happens in the middle. Like, I particularly
What
remember
happens in the
a lot of the
middle?
bosses return.
Like, this man's
Like, I
not
wanna say
watching
complete your bosses
videos or
you've
looking
fought
up
so far,
guides or
definitely
having
know
us
exactly
fucking
where
mods
you're
in the
aiming
Discord
for
tell
second
him what
fight,
to
if I
do or
remember
send
correctly.
him fucking guides. Like, come on, dude. At this
don't remember
point,
exactly
just
when.
fucking shut the fuck
I
up. No
don't
one cares if
exactly
you remember or
what happens in
forget.
the
You don't
plot.
remember
The thing is,
fucking
I remember
anything.
the plot. Like, I remember playing
And
this
nothing
game,
could
the
be a
plot
genuine
stood out for me
reaction
the
to
first time
anyway,
when I
so.
played it, not necessarily the gameplay elements. Like I said, that I feel the gameplay elements of Evil Within 1 are
Jesus,
honestly
these fucking
kind of
snorts
too
are
close
horrible. And I
to
have the
Resident Evil
earphones
4
in
and
too, so it's
5.
fucking even
I feel
double
like
horrible.
with Shinji Mikami
Shit's
saying that he wanted
gross.
to
This fucking
break away from
phlegm
the Resident Evil
clearing
formula
in
the
my
franchise,
fucking ear
I think
canals.
maybe he tried to cater a little bit too much to that Resident Evil fan base. Because honestly, it does feel to me
Now it's 2 Resident Evil. Cringe.
like it plays like Resident Evil. You know what I mean? Like the third person gameplay and everything. I'm not saying there's not
Gameplay?
other elements to it. There absolutely are. But I remember, when I played the sequel, I said, okay, see, this veered more off the path of that third person action formula because it had open world areas to explore with optional content. It actually had some really spooky side quests like the ghost that haunts you and stuff like that. And I liked the art design better as well of Evil Within 2. Evil Within 1, to me, was too linear, and I felt like it didn't have enough going on to really be truly scary. While I was actually genuinely scared at parts of Evil Within 2. I don't know. I guess I'm in the small minority of people who actually thought 2 was significantly better than 1. A lot of people tell me they think 1 was good and 2 sucked. I don't know. I love 2. So,
oh, there it is, man.
Today we'll make more significant progress in the Evil Within 1, and hopefully it goes well. Okay? Tonight,
the late stream,
6:45 p.m., more Disney Dreamlight Valley.
Oh my god, this fucking Disney Animal Crossing just
last time
shitty
when we
game.
played, I unlocked Wall-E.
Wall-E?
No. To upgrade the village, like adding a new guard.
Wall-E! This fucking dude playing his fake fucking Minecraft Animal Crossing bullshit.
And have a nice
with his goofy voice.
Stream, and I hope that you guys will join me for that.
Please support. Please swing by and support if you can.
I'm off. So tomorrow.
Yo, day off. We need huge tips, bros. We need huge tips to make up for the slow streams this week.
Gaming. Maybe you'll get caught up on a lot of the stuff I did over the weekend. Perhaps you'll check out some of the Street Fighter 6
super
stuff
chat,
that I
super
did,
like, super thanks, super fucking come. Let's go. Send me money, Deb.
Enjoy. Remember things you can always do.
Here it is.
This channel.
Plugs.
Like the videos. You can leave comments on them.
I can approve
Those
them.
things add engagement to the channel and bring more people to the channel as it shows up in related results.
8, 19, 9, 15.
But in addition to that, you can also do things such as leave a super thanks on a video if you really like one in particular. It's funny
You like my streams?
At things like that, at stats last night on some of my channels, and super thanks are like non-existent.
Yep.
What it is
no one fucking dude, no one likes you, dude.
And never really like promoted them.
Darish will be here at night.
Really
Yeah,
made it
love this
feel
fucking chat.
like a main part of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're watching a live stream,
He's saying super thanks is a main part.
It's mostly a natural, organic thing to expect that someone during a live stream is going to like the content and contribute to it in some way, whether that be a membership, a super chat, a super sticker, tip, when you're on Twitch, a sub,
like
cheering with bits.
I guess that works.
All those things are kind of a natural, organic part of the experience of a stream, because you realize that most people who make a living live streaming, that's their income. That's how they make it, right? Crowdfunding. But when you're watching a video on demand on YouTube, and do you really think, oh yeah,
that works.
Super thanks. If I really like this video, I could do a super thanks on the video.
A super thanks.
Not really. I don't think
on
anyone
the
thinks
video.
that. Even I don't think of that. I forget that it exists. For me, like,
who is he gonna fucking super thank?
I watch on YouTube. I have YouTube Premium, so having YouTube Premium, anyone whose video
this dude pays the $12 a month
amount of ad revenue credit
for the ad for not watching ads. But hold on, I don't even get why he would pay for this. If he has no money and he's always broke, why he pays for this? But also, there you go. You don't gotta give him money because you're already paying YouTube just to watch the shit without having ads.
Super thanks are active actions, right? You actively have to remember super thanks exist. You have to seek it out because it's not even like right in your face. It's kind of like underneath the video a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're watching the video and it's right there. Click here to say thanks. It's kind of like wedged underneath a little bit, kind of hidden in all those other menu options that are down there along with all the other things. And I'm not surprised that I get, no exaggeration, I get like one a month. I get one super thanks like a month, no exaggeration. I don't talk about them, right? I don't emphasize them. I don't really say much about them because I know they exist, but I realize that most people who are going to support my content are likely either going to watch the live stream and support in that way, or probably become like a channel member, right? Which is another ongoing way you can support a channel directly. The membership subscription.
I like how he has to frame this as like, things, or he has to mention him supporting people he watches, but it's like,
no, quite frankly,
according to him, he doesn't watch people or other content creators. Then when he's playing certain games, he watches other people's game playthroughs with his wife on the couch to support and people they follow. It doesn't make sense. This man fucking literally black holes himself.
Many of you watch my content on my days off. In fact,
so what I'm saying is, even if I'm not here, I could really use some money when you're watching my stuff, or when I'm not actually streaming live. You can still get me stuff.
Highlight video of what I feel is one of the best, if not the best moment of that
Has
week.
he even like made one of
And
those
I
highlights
posted up,
since he first
on
thought
DSP
about doing
Gaming,
that? I don't think he has, right?
as a way of saying, hey, look at this.
Chiropractor,
Here's
yeah, he
something
is.
cool to happen on DSP Gaming.
It was
Take a
that
look,
big fish
right?
thing, and then him showing
But
the
does anyone
ghost,
ever watch
dude.
any of these videos and think, oh, a super thanks to say thanks for all that content this week? I don't think so. And I don't blame you. I think that's a shortcoming. Of
No one
YouTube.
ever thinks
They
about,
literally-
oh, hey, man, I just want to say
they
thanks and
design
give you money
features,
for giving me fucking views.
They launch features, but then they don't
Is he-
honestly talk about them ever again.
Is he mad that
advertise
you
them, or
can't
even try to convince
super
you
chat
why
a
they're
fucking
important?
short? Is
So,
that what's going on
There's
here?
things on YouTube that you guys probably don't even know exist.
Or he can't super chat clips?
Seriously.
What? Or super thanks clips? What's he even
and-
going on about?
You'll never use them. And they worked hard on them. There's probably people there who designed them and worked hard and wanted those features to be used and implemented.
Oh, get the
and be
fuck
useful,
out of
but
here,
you
dude.
don't
He
even know that they're
shits
there,
on all of
right?
these fucking
So I'll just
features
throw it out
almost
there.
every day whenever
this
he
rest of
mentions,
the
you know, they're
month here,
copying
I'm gonna play
TikTok, they're
nonstop
copying
release
Twitch,
games,
they don't fucking work
okay?
on the features and the
active
site
way
things they
you
should
can
be,
support my channel
and they
is
want to
super
keep doing this.
thanks. If you
Dude,
only
how?
watch my content on
This
demand,
literal,
maybe
like,
watch this
oh my
podcast on
god.
demand.
It's not
Maybe
even
watch
new.
my
It's
game
not
videos
even
on
new.
demand.
It's him always
Super thanks
backtracking and
exists,
fucking
it's there.
contradicting
All you
himself.
gotta do is click on it, and then you can actively.
That's
change
one for the
levels
books
if you
right there.
want
Just
to.
like the, I always
And
thought doing
it
a
creates
video of all his
highlighted message.
contradictions, but
The
like
thing
it'd be
is, when
too
Super
fucking
Thanks launched
long.
Many months ago,
You have to like do it by
I was
like,
actively checking for
I don't
it,
even know.
but I stopped because literally, like, so few of them come.
I was
through.
actively
And again, I'm not
checking for
blaming
them
anyone.
every day.
I'm
Where,
saying
who gave
I
me
really
money?
feel
Which one of
like
you dumb fucks? Who
This
did
was
it?
a situation
98941 9714. Yeah, it's cool.
where
14, the 21st.
how do you even know it
Poggies.
exists, right? I'm gonna take a look. I'm just curious.
Oh, here we go.
'Cause I
Live,
have the app,
live.
the, studio app.
This thing
It's my
too. I
go-to
have the
for-
YouTube app, Studio app. Didn't
From
know the
Super
Studio app was a
Thanks.
thing until what? A
Okay.
couple months ago. You didn't know that was a thing, and then all of a sudden it's God tier. Like, oh, I can just check everything on my YouTube app, on
It
my
actually
phone app.
looks like-
Don't go to my
Well,
laptop.
it does look like I got some super thanks in the last week.
Oh,
I wouldn't have even known.
what the fuck?
So you know what? Now I kind of look like a hypocrite, don't I?
You are a
I
fucking
just
hypocrite. What do
checked
you
this last
mean,
week, and
dude?
I had approved them all. I think there was one big
I
one that actually got within
swear.
the
Oh
last
no,
month,
this is wrong. Fuck man, I got the wrong date of service or date of
and I
bill.
missed it.
21st.
I feel bad now.
Pog.
Shout out to Steven. There's someone
Thanks,
named
Steven. Fucking
who's actually been
Minecraft
giving me
Steve.
Quite a lot of super thanks.
Big up, Steve.
So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to.
Way to doc, Steve. Here we go.
like
Let's find
and
the account.
fave all of those.
Fave, not favorite
Also,
him.
thank you,
Fave him.
Nefarious Acts. Thank you to GBUK who left me one about a week ago.
Gary BKB. Is that you? Jerry B UK.
I
Gary
approved all their
BKB?
messages.
Same
of
guy.
course,
Maybe.
But that's another problem too.
Lynn
So
Isabella.
there's absolutely
Lynn
no way
Eyes, yeah.
for me to just see super thanks. I have to basically do like. a
I
bunch
know
of
that
weird
sounds
filters.
crazy, like you'd think, but
here.
like I can't look at just super thanks. Like
Yeah,
I know
do, like,
it's
a
crazy.
bunch of weird filters.
He's mad
order
that
to
it doesn't
even
throw it in your
find super
face.
thanks on
This
YouTube.
guy gave you
Why
money.
isn't
You
there a
can't.
queue of them?
Yep.
Right?
Because
Why isn't
yep.
there just an
Why
app
is there not a
that says,
live
"Here's all
queue
your
that
super
shows you your
thanks,
donations?
in case you wanna,
Same.
thank
He
people
wants
who
like
wanna
stream
like their
elements,
things or whatever.
fucking the alert box to go. Yo, super
I don't know.
chat,
Another
super
thing that
thanks, super
launches on
thanks,
YouTube
super
that doesn't feel like it's
thanks.
complete.
There you
But
go.
anyway,
Another
just throwing
thing.
the idea out there. Super thanks is a great way if you're someone who only watches content on demand after the fact. You're not here for the live streams.
But you just
to
said
basically say
we can watch the
hey,
ads.
thanks.
He
It helps
just
the
what?
channel. It does. It's just kind of behind the scenes.
What's this
because
bitch's name?
no one's gonna
0092.
actively see that happen as
Lavella
you do it, as if
Humig?
you were doing it on a
Huh?
live stream. You see what I'm saying?
Labella.
So anyway, on my day off
Labia.
tomorrow,
Lamau.
If anyone's watching the content, getting caught up, you like the Street Fighter stuff from the weekend or whatever, please consider a super thanks.
Jesus
Okay?
Christ, dude.
When I come back on Friday, it's a new release. Score.
Whoa,
right
new
here on the
release.
Xbox Series X. We're finally going to see what the game is all
God
about.
bless
I'll be
Game
honest with you
Pass,
guys, I
dude.
haven't
God
really followed it,
bless Game Pass and Phil Spencer.
on purpose. I purposefully kind of stayed away from any news about the game because I didn't want to spoil myself. And it's free on Game Pass, so even if we play it and it's not something that I enjoy,
So if
no
he has to
big
pay
deal.
for the
You know
game,
what
he'll
I'm
look at
saying?
reviews. But if he's not paying
so-
for it, it's free.
okay.
It doesn't fucking matter. Review sites
that
are
being
fucking
said,
trash and they lie about stuff for money.
yeah,
But when
we'll
they
see
have to pay
Friday
for it
live
himself, he'll
together,
then
if scores
quote
any
those
good.
reviews and
Okay,
say,
Friday night
I'm
is
not
return to
buying
Friday
this
Night
game
Fights,
because reviewer
when I
said it
play
was
old school
bad
fighting
and a
games
waste of
on the
money.
late stream.
But then at the
Saturday
same
is
time,
React
why would you watch
Marathon event,
reviewers?
the
Those are
Rock
all
Avenue
fucking
YouTube
chill.
channel,
Look at
and in
my
addition to that, we'll be
videos for the
doing a
fucking real reviews.
30-man fantasy
Aw.
battle royale featuring Halloween and horror
Battle. I can't
characters.
never think of the fucking accepted
Sunday,
movie where it's
we'll
like
be
that dude
working
goes
within
Battle
No live stream Sunday night,
Royale.
'cause I do have to do film all the react.
Oh, I love
private
this
react
fucking
videos
excuse
for patrons
too.
for this month, so that'll be Sunday
Patrons
night.
choice. Oh, the patrons
Monday,
react
if
videos.
all goes
Has
according
to take an
plan,
entire night off to do what, like 4 or 5 videos.
will be
Can't
the
do
conclusion of
one
Evil
video,
Within,
one
and that will
30
probably be
minute
paired with
section a
Season 2 White
day.
Valley.
Can't do it. Has to
Tuesday's a
do
new
all in
release,
one shot.
Plague Tale Requiem, which I'm very excited
Another
for, because
Game
Plague
Pass
Tale
game.
Innocence was
Big
a
ups
shockingly
Game
good game when I
Pass.
played it a few years ago. Remember, was it 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
2
I couldn't believe how good it
years?
was.
Huh?
I never expected the game to be that good. And I played it, I
For
was
free.
blown away by
20,
the story
27,
and the world design, the puzzles, the graphics,
3
everything.
and 6.
Actually threw me for a loop how good it was. So I cannot wait to play the sequel this coming Tuesday.
Done.
Tuesday night will likely be
Tuesday Night Bites?
Tuesday Night Bites.
Let's go,
which is
dude.
my
Fishing
stream.
sims.
Normally I do
Fuck
Sunday night, but
yeah.
since I can't do it
Love
this
the
Sunday,
fucking lure
we'll do it
streak.
Tuesday night just like we did last night. And then Wednesday again will be more.
No, last
of
night was
Plague
fucking
Tale
like
Requiem.
a cesspool of
And I'll pair
toxic
that
fucking
with
waste.
something. I
Holy
don't know, it
shit,
could be
dude. Every
Green
third
Light,
word
it could be
was.
Scorn,
You know, I'm
it could be Light
I'm only at
Friday,
$9 in
Light
tips the
Friday,
entire way
Light
through. Until the last
okay?
10 minutes, I'm gonna get like
So
70
there you
bucks.
go.
I'm like, oh, cool.
Now, the week after that is when I have the
Dude was
tough decision.
literally
Do I wanna
crying
play the
about
new Mario plus Rabbids?
not having money.
Do I want to play Gotham Knights? That's kind of my
Gotham
decision.
Bites.
Which is the next new game I want to play? Because there's no
It's
way I
gotta
can
be
play both.
Gotham. It's gotta be
There's no way I can
Gotham
play
Knights.
both
Like, how would you
and
not
Plague
fucking?
Tale
How would you
and
pick
This is not gonna
Mario and
happen.
Rabbids over
So that's a
Gotham
tough
Knights, a
decision,
Batman
right?
game that you
Which of those
suck
two
off
new
the
games
entire
do I
Batman
play,
franchise
and
and
which do I
series of
possibly
like
save,
games like Gotham
for a
City,
later
Knight,
playthrough?
Arkham Asylum, and
I don't
shit.
know. Well, I think what we'll do
But
is we'll
now
talk
it's
about
like,
it over the
oh,
course of this week.
hey,
And I'm sure there's
money.
going to be reviews coming in over the course of the week too.
There it is, baby. Review sites. Because these two games cost money and are not free to play,
Here's my thought
you
process
has
on
to
both.
walk reviews.
Admittedly, Gotham Knights
Or
seems
already saw
to be
reviews
getting
though.
a
Look
lot
at
of
this.
criticism. People are saying it's not as good as the Arkham franchise, which is a shame. 'cause
Dude, it's
people
not the
want
same
Arkham
games,
It's
dude. It's not the
it.
same fucking.
It's a little rough around the edges. It's not exactly polished. Not saying it's a terrible game, but it might be a very repetitive game and not as good as you might be expecting for a game that's set essentially in the Arkham universe. But at the same time, okay, Mario plus Rabbids. I played the original many years ago. I personally
I loved
loved
them.
it,
My audience
but
did
it
not
plays
like
like
it though.
XCOM. And for those who know the XCOM formula, XCOM is basically
And like
a
he
game where
complained about this. He
there's a
complained
lot
that
of
his like he
planning,
liked
a
the
lot of,
games. He's an individual, but his
strategy that goes
audience did
into
not
it.
like the
A
game. So
single
it's like
fight in an
easy
XCOM
choice there.
style
Just
game can take
don't
upwards of
fucking do
20,
it. Just
30
don't play it.
minutes, and that's one
Don't play the
fight,
games.
Okay.
No,
When
I
was
fucked
playing
up.
Mario plus Rabbids.
Armand. Here it
There were
is.
streams of 3+
Armand.
hours.
Blah
where I
blah
barely
blah
made any
blah
progress
words.
because
Yeah,
it was fight
2 and
after fight,
3.
solve a puzzle, fight after fight, boss fight. You know, I would barely get through anything.
DO or
And a
MD?
lot of people actively complained about that playthrough, saying they were bored to tears. And I'll be honest, the playthrough didn't get a lot of attention. It was one of my lowest viewed at the time.
Exactly.
And the only reason that I really was able to continue on with that was because I had a small handful of
Of
small
whales.
parties
I
who wanted to
few
see that playthrough
very
continue,
supportive
because they came
people
by
that
and
just
would
kept
support
giving
those
me
streams,
money. I
despite
played the game
fact
Y class because
that
I made
they
fucking
weren't
money
getting
on it.
much attention otherwise for my mainstream viewing audience. You see, so I'm all for Mario. Plus
Playing
Rabbids
Mario, but
sequel.
I have
I
to
love the
know
first
I'm gonna
one,
have
but
somebody
is
to
it gonna be
support
another
every
situation
fucking stream.
where people just don't. It doesn't catch on. People don't like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, and hop the rage quit it and cry about spending money on a game that he wasted money on.
I don't know.
But he could have
So
not
I'm
wasted
kind of
money
like
on.
on the fence about what to play there. So I'm gonna need your feedback over the next
North Shore
week.
Medical
Is it
Group.
gonna be Mario plus Rabbids, or is it gonna be Gotham Knights when I come back? from
Where's
my
the
break
the
next
fucking
week,
viewer
right?
poll? Where's the poll? The members
talk about
only
it, determine
poll.
what's
Choose the
better
next
option.
new game, you
Okay.
dumb fucks.
And at the end of the month, of course, on the 28th, we've got the Resident Evil 8 DLC, which I'm all about. It's got story-based content.
All about it, by the
It's
way.
got multiplayer-based content. Then we got Modern Warfare 2. Got story-based content. Got multiplayer-based content, right? That's going to be exciting. And then, of course,
If he was
at the very end of the
smart,
month,
he'd
the holiday
pre-order
marathon.
COD
So
just to play the
literally from now
campaign
on,
early
starting
and first,
Friday,
but he's not
we're
doing
busy.
that. He thought it was a
Crazy
stupid
amounts
idea
of
to
fun variety
pre-order
and
Call
good
of
new
Duty for the
games and
campaign
everything.
early.
Like, it's going to be
But
very
like,
fun.
if he has nothing to play, it's
getting
like
through
just
the
play
rest
the
of this month.
campaign, get that out of the way, then you can just jump into
I guarantee
multiplayer. It's
you,
like,
we're
dude,
gonna see
what do you
increase in
mean?
Viewership. I guarantee you, we're going to see a reinvigoration of
An
things like
increase
members who
in
maybe haven't
tips
been
are coming
around.
soon. Yo,
Just take a look at
4.90
this
we
last
dropped.
weekend.
Let's go. We
Street
dropped.
Fighter
The
6,
bombs fell
brand new
off.
game,
Where's
in
Emil?
beta.
Where are those
I got to
fucking
play
free
it.
gifted subs, you
Reviews were up,
stupid fuck?
support was up,
Come on,
everything was
Emil.
up.
Emil is like literally the
What happened as soon
life
as that
breath
beta
or
ended?
the
We went
life
back to
blood
kind
of this channel right
downtime
now.
back to down to level, right? But
Back down to
with all this new stuff
level.
coming
Back
out,
to
I'm
down
very
to
excited,
level? Huh?
for all of it.
Was
and
I
cover all of
blocking
it
that?
for you
Back to
guys.
down
By
to
the way,
level?
November It doesn't
Oh god,
let up.
November
is another non-stop,
huge. Yo,
crazy
non-stop
release
gamer
month
hours in
with tons of
November.
new games and
What's
content,
happening on this
okay?
level?
So
We have this
gonna
many
be good. It's gonna be a
ends.
good
How many
time. It's a good time
ends
to be a
does it take to
gamer.
make a U?
We're heading finally into the busiest
Yo, it's a
gaming
good
of the
time
year.
to be a
After having such a
gamer.
drought over the
Let's
summer,
go,
this is gonna be
dude.
very, very exciting. Okay.
Uh,
A few housekeeping things to mention.
oh god, housekeeping.
Um,
Not real housekeeping.
members
no.
goal. All right.
There it is,
So we're not
members
even
goal.
halfway through the month yet. So don't worry. This is not alarming. But yeah, we lost like 70 members in the last week. Those were all gifted members that came in early September. And I'm obviously very appreciative for them. But they all expired, and
I'm like
literally no one
obviously
re-upped their
very
membership.
appreciative of
So because
them,
of that, we lost
but
a ton.
like,
Now, my
no.
goal is to hit 600 members this month. That's not changing. I'm not going to readjust it. With all the new
I'm not
games
gonna
coming out
change
between now and
it.
the end of the
I'm
month,
making
I
this
see no
fucking
reason why
bread
we
right
can't hit
now.
600 members,
There's no
okay?
shot I'm not
A
hitting
great way
it.
to support the channel.
You
would
gotta
be
support.
become a
Pay
member,
up,
gift a
piggies.
membership,
Pay up.
or renew your memberships. Okay. What do you get for
What's the
being a member?
reward
So
anyway?
many
What's
benefits.
the
All right,
goal?
number one,
To what? Another
highlighted
marathon?
names,
A
super chat,
fucking
and video
like
comments.
what's even left to
Number
do?
two,
What hasn't done in a
chat
while?
crown
Retrospective, but
badge
like he
that
does.
you'll see in the
just won't
chat
care
or
about
in
those.
video comments that show how long you've been a channel supporter. Number three,
These aren't
access to
rewards.
all of my
Oh, these aren't
emails
benefits.
everywhere
Like
on
it
YouTube
doesn't matter,
that you're
dude.
commenting on my
None of these are
content,
worth it. Like,
okay?
a green name
Number four,
to show you
no
give him money and to be
limitations
bullied in
amount
the
of chat
chat.
in a live stream.
To
Don't have to abide
break
by the
through a
slow-mo
30-second slow-mo
Number
rule
five,
because you have to have slow-mo because
priority
people bully
when it
you.
comes to special
Cry about
events.
it.
For example,
Voting in
on
special
the
events,
event,
what, every
members
other few
posted up
months?
their nomination
And if it is,
for
it's
a
like
game
it's
they
not
wanna see in
gonna.
the
It doesn't.
marathon.
No one votes. No one
And guess
interacts
what?
with this dumb shit, dude.
They're going
Holy.
to get a game in the marathon. They don't even have to have a poll. They bypass
They don't even
the poll
have to have a poll.
because they're members.
But you're also.
When
Let's
I
say
make
out of the
poll for rest of
490,
you guys who
cool.
nominated games,
I
you guys
want to
are gonna
watch
start voting on
Batman
those
Arkham Asylum,
marathon.
but I am the one
members
that votes for
already
it.
will
But there's
have
like
the
a
game
sea of
selected
people that are
will be
also
in the
voting for like
marathon
Sea of Thieves
based on
or
what
like
they
Risk of
nominate.
Rain
See,
or
they get
I don't
priority
know, fucking
access to
Pokemon Blue. Like I don't understand. Like it's
So,
like, what do you mean? You
it should
still
be
have to
very
get through that
exciting
voting
to
process
see
too. You need
what
like
you
have
think,
another
but there's
489
so many
people to like
benefits
vote for
being a
your
member,
shit
and there'll be
too.
more in the future.
Doesn't make sense.
Absolutely. So please
Timko
consider
Floyd,
becoming a member,
yeah,
re-upping a
MBB.
membership if you had one and enjoyed it, or gifting
Re-up.
memberships to the channel. All right, it's all greatly appreciated. I can tell you right now, there's over 100 people sitting in the wings
Waiting.
for gifted membership.
People
because we
waiting
had
for memberships.
40 at one point, so we at least have that many people who could accept a gifted membership.
Hint, hint, Emil. We got
Okay,
people waiting for the bomb.
Outside of that,
Where's OIC for that dumb shit?
oh yes, I should mention this. A couple quick things in regards to tipping.
Oh
Because
god.
now the new tip system has been in place for about a week. Everything's working fine.
But
Everyone's used to the system now. I'm getting used to the system. It's all good. But a few things about if you're going to tip me during a live stream.
you need to put your
Number one,
name.
This will still be a running
Dox
thing. If
yourself.
$8 or more in one
The
go, you have
8-ball
to ask
streak.
the
Let's
8-ball
go.
question.
Ask this fucking
Okay?
dumb piece of
So,
plastic a question that'll say anything but what you want to
Let's ask
answer.
the 8-ball.
Oh god. Let me
Will
charge
I
$8.
die
Yep.
more than twice in the Evil Within today.
Will I die of gin overdose? Will I die alone, divorce? Will my cat fucking run away from me when he gets out the
Reply
door?
Hazy. Try
Yep.
again.
There you go.
I hate answers like that. Will I die more than twice in the Evil Within today? It is decidedly so. So I'm
So
going
you
to
heard it
die
here
a lot
first,
today. I
folks.
guess
I'm
we'll
going to
see what
die a
happens. I
lot
guess we'll see.
today.
It would be hilarious if I died like 5
If you want to
times
ask
in
your
the first 5 minutes
question,
today.
give him $8
Okay.
and
So there you
have
go.
a rant.
That's
You can
gonna-
just fucking
that's
type into
going
Google,
now,
will I
alright?
die
That
today? And
continues.
have fucking Google
But-
tell you that one. Don't need an 8-ball or an
You're going to
$8
tip me.
8-ball at least to
All
tell
right,
you
I
that
have to start
shit.
reminding people this, and maybe I should update my tips page to reflect this. Please leave your name that you want to be called,
But not your
by
real name, because he
and
already
your
gets that
message
in the fucking email
in
he gets when you tip
the
him,
tip
so.
that you send me. When you
Dox
do
your
that, I read
fake
your
name,
and I
because
shout
your
you
real
out,
one
and I read your
already gets
message.
doxed.
A lot of people have been
Just
tipping
so
and
you
leaving
know.
no name. In which case, I just have to say, okay, anonymous tip, because I don't have a name.
Anon.
So
Big
I
ass
literally have
Anon.
nothing to call you. So I just say, okay, anonymous tipper, which is fine. But then some people after the fact say, oh crap, I screwed up. It was me. So please remember to leave.
Where's
whatever
the
name you
fucking
wanna be
Snow
called.
Carl segment? I want the
and,
Snow Carl
you know,
tip
the message
segment
of
that
your
gets
tip in
fucking
the tip when you send it.
1,000%
All right?
interaction.
Speaking of tips,
Got his own
today is the
introduction
final
to his
streaming day of the
segment.
week for me. Tomorrow's my day off.
29.74.
Tips would be
Yeah.
absolutely appreciated and preferred today. Anything
Guys,
you
I'm
tip me
off
today
tomorrow. I
goes
need
towards
to
my
buy
day off
food tomorrow.
That includes grocery shopping,
Supplies for
having a deal with
Jasper.
my wife that we're not cooking at home. We'll probably order in tomorrow. I have to get some pet supplies for Jasper and some things for around the house, and anything extra.
He's
goes
got like a
towards next week,
Costco.
which I have one major bill to pay, and I'm trying to order my Halloween costume. All right, so anything in excess goes to help me to order my costume, so I'll have it in time for
So
Halloween.
he's just,
All right,
he
time is
just said
ticking.
anything in excess. So he's legit just
So,
saying, I may already have enough money,
anyone
but I
who
need
supports the channel
more
in any
money
way,
because there's
who
going to be
like industry
more
helps
things I
for
got to
engagement
buy.
purposes, but if you could go above and beyond today,
God
and
damn,
if there's any
bro.
way to do it, please tip. That's the best way to help today. Okay? Fair enough. Now, normally I would do game news.
There's not
but
much. So right into Q&A.
At this point, I don't really have much game news. The only thing I have
Just
to talk
do
about is really
Q&A.
weird. Something that happened last night. I was reading around social media, trying to figure out, essentially what's going on in the fighting game community. Because as you guys know, I'm
Oh
not
my
part
God,
of it.
more
I said
FGC
this
talk,
many,
bro.
many times. I'm not part of the fighting
Not a
game
part of it,
community.
follows it, reads it,
I am.
reacts to it, and gets bullied by it, and then
very much
cries
am
about
an
getting bullied by the
outsider
FGC. And that's
to the
why he
fighting
left
game
it.
community, for many
shit,
years.
dude.
I would say the last time I actually was actively part of it was 2011. That was the last tournament that I actually traveled to.
For Street Fighter 4?
And I remember essentially being there, and I think the hot game at that time was like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 or Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. One of the variations of it. Okay? And I sat there, and I was playing, I was like, I really don't know why I'm here. Like,
I don't
I
know
like
why
Super
I'm
Turbo, and I
here.
played
How
Super
did I
Turbo
get
in the
here?
cabinet. I remember that was fun.
Old
But
man lingers into fucking
I was just
convention
like-
hall to fucking cry about it.
I just didn't understand like why I went. I was like, I don't really care about this anymore.
What do you
I'm not
mean?
really
It was
into
free
the
content. You can
competitive
steal people's
anymore.
matches off of
I don't really
TV.
like 'em
It's
that
like a
much
video,
anymore.
the video
At
for
that
the
point, that
hotel
was
rooms,
second,
bro.
third
Come on,
iteration of
hotel
Street
room
Fighter 4.
tour. Check in.
I didn't really like it. I liked Vanilla Street Fighter 4, and after that, I didn't really like it that much anymore.
Thick,
And I
dude.
spent all
Thick
this
and
time and
wet.
money to travel down to this tournament, and I was like, I think I would rather just play games in the hotel room, and I did. And I think that was a telling sign that I basically had kind of fallen out of love of the fighting game community and that lifestyle, And since then, I've been a variety content creator. I do a variety of gameplay. Yes, I cover fighting games from a more casualized standpoint, but I don't really care about high-level competitive play anymore. I don't cover tournaments. nothing
Doesn't
like
care
that,
about high level
right?
play, but doesn't bitches and
But
moans
this
when he gets
weekend was a
beat
unique time
by
when
actual
I got into Street
players.
Fighter 6
Cool.
beta, and I kind of
I got
re-immersed
into the
myself a
beta,
little bit
but
for the first time in a long time, in that community again, and seeing what everyone's opinions were about the game and everything was very interesting and telling. But one thing that happened very oddly overnight, I saw people on Twitter arguing, and it was this weirdest thing I've ever seen. The OGs versus the current generation of competitive
the
fighting game.
OGs.
Here's what I mean by that.
Was Alex
You know what
Valle in
OG
there?
means? The term originates
The
of all
original
things,
gangsters.
back to the west coast of the United States in the 1990s with the rap and hip hop movements.
Oh
Basically
god,
means
the Biggie
original
Tupac.
gangster.
There it is, the
And what it
Biggie
actually
Tupac war.
refers
Let's
to
go, bro.
Is people who's supposed to be considered like an originator or someone who is there at
Those
the
West
beginning of
Coast
something,
OGs and
kind of
those
like an
East Coast
elder.
pieces of shit.
That's really what
elder.
it means. It's like
What up,
slang
Unc?
for like an elder, someone who's been around the block, who's wise, who's educated, who's well respected usually in a community.
Tell him, Unc.
It used to be original gangster, but when it comes to the fighting game community, it's
Original
supposed to stand for
gamer?
original gamer.
Oh my
So
god.
an OG is an original gamer, one of the people who was around in like the 1990s or maybe early 2000s, who played in arcades, who's part of that
Stop
competitive
loading for me.
community
There we go.
that far back. Those were supposed to be
And the fucking the repetitive
OGs
story. I
of
guarantee
Street
I'll
Fighter,
hear one of
you
these
see?
stories in one of
So
these
when
old
someone
videos
says to
too.
me-
Guarantee.
all right. OG
This guy has been
in regards to
perpetually
Street
stuck
Fighter.
in
I
like
think of people like
a
Alex
life
Valle,
between
John
2009
Choi,
and
Mike
like
Watson, Seth Killian,
2016 or
Cole,
15, we'll say.
Jason Wilson,
Like since moving, that was his
to some
cutoff
extent
to the
David
world.
Sterling.
Like he is stuck
You know,
in that
those are the
lifestyle of
guys
telling the
who,
same
like, were
stories from
synonymous
that
with playing
decade
arcades,
and
who were back
before.
in the 90s, the top
Like my
players
man
at the
is
time,
literally
right?
stuck
Like,
in a
those are the
time loop.
OGs in my mind. What's hilarious is to me is that at one point, when I was still in the competitive community, we're talking like maybe mid to late 2000s, and I was running tournaments, people started calling me an OG, and that was weird as shit to me. because I was like, I was always thought of myself as the new school, the new blood in the fighting game community. I was treated as such. There was one point
40 years old.
where I was young.
I was the
like
new
either in my
blood,
late
by the
teens or
way.
early 20s, and I started getting into Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. And the joke was, you can't enter Super Turbo. You're too young. You have to be 21 years old, and you have to be married, or you have to, you know what I mean? Like, that was the joke. Like, you have to be an older person, almost like an elder statesman, to play Super Turbo.
An elder
true. I mean,
statesman to play Super Turbo.
Anyway,
What?
but that was always like, they were like, I don't know, I gotta see your birth certificate to let you into the tournament. Do you have it with you? You know, stuff like that. But by the time that I had started organizing or running tournaments around, say, 2007, people considered me as an older guy in the fighting game community. You know, I'd been actively doing it for about 10 years at that point, and people were seeing me as like an OG. They were looking up to me because these were newcomers coming in.
Yeah, imagine looking up to DSP in the FGC. That'd be nuts, bro. It's gotta be
that was
insane.
really weird when people started saying that to me. At one point, I'm not even kidding you, Sanford Kelly called me an OG.
Has to suck. Like, he has to have his dick pre-sucked like by himself, and like has to subtly flex. Like, oh, I don't believe this. This is all wrong. But I mean, these people just kept telling me I'm a god. I don't know why, bro. Like they kept telling me my dick was like 8 inches long, and like they knew I fuck hard. So it's like,
I guess there's this weird thing now going on in the fighting.
It's like, dude, he has to. Like he has to then like downplay it, but also really fuck. He's the X. The X to death. I love it.
I don't know. I want to say in the last 10 years, like maybe
fucking
the
got
mid
him.
to end of Street Fighter 4's run, and then the entire Street Fighter 5 run, they kind of see themselves as the current regime of fighting game players.
The regime.
You know, like they are the current school of people who are holding down the community. But they see everyone else before them as like the OG.
Oh, fuck.
And I guess what happened was there was a big discrepancy and break over the weekend. There was a bunch of arguments that happened regarding the Street Fighter 6 beta that I wasn't aware of, because I was kind of along the lines of everyone that I saw on social media. Everyone kind of agreed with each other. The game's good, right? Like, yeah, there's a few things that maybe could be tweaked here or there to make it better, but overall, that was one of the best betas ever run. The game looks absolutely outstanding. You know, like everyone was very overly positive about it, including me. I agree with them. I thought that it was really well done, and I'm feeling very hopeful about playing the game. I can't wait to get my hands on more characters, and really I want to get my hand on a grappler, you know, or a hybrid that has grappling in it, because those characters from the beta that I played didn't have that kind of gameplay style. I would love to see how that style is going to be implemented in the final game. So, essentially, I from what I'm to understand, I'm trying to get this through. There's two arguments going on. The first argument is around drive impact. Now, we talked about this over the weekend, that personally, if anything could be improved in Street Fighter 6, it's drive impact. I feel that drive impact right now, sadly, is just too spammable, too easy for people to try to abuse online. And I'm not saying that that it needs to be nerfed, because I suck at reacting to it. I openly will tell you right now, I got hit by drive impact probably 100 times over the weekend, and that's on me, because I'm slow to react. You know, I'm older. I'm not used to quick reacting to something like that. And in a fighting game, when I'm going to quick react to something, usually it means do a EX version of a special move that has better invincibility properties and blow through it. It's not, oh, hold down these two heavy buttons. Like, that's the last thing I think in my head is, oh, got to counter a move. Hold down two heavy buttons together. So that's on me. That's not on the game.
I'm like zoning out of this shit at this point. Like, for fuck's sake. It's him crying about fucking Street Fighter not being Street Fighter from 1992, so I don't get it.
If that's the case and it's that spammable,
he just wants them to fucking re-release Street Fighter 2 that looks like Street Fighter 6. That's exactly what he wants. He wants the game to just look better but play identical to the 1990 fucking like 3 game. Oh my god.
That's my one major criticism. And in fact, I just told you guys I filled out the survey about Street Fighter 6. That's the one major criticism I had. That was it. I basically
they should flag that fucking survey. Like, no, anything that comes from remotely identifiers that could be filled or now, or DSP or DSP gaming adjacent, gets fucking auto-deleted and trashed by Automod.
Or make it so that it has a much higher meter cost. So again, people can't just spam it online, because I don't just want to spend my entire online experience dodging drive impact. That was it. That's all I had to say in my survey. But that's it. So I guess what it is there's a big disagreement in the community. Some people are so against Drive Impact. They feel like it's stupid and it breaks the game and it doesn't belong in it at all. And others are like, no, it's not a big deal at all. And I don't understand this mentality, why people just hate it. Just get good and get around it.
Get good and learn it, you fuck. What do you mean? Like, just play the game, learn the mechanics. You're not, like, you have to adapt. I need to cry about having to learn how to play the game and have to have time to play the game.
React to new Street Fighter games. So, someone actually quoted, of all things, a line of tweets from Jason Cole from 7 years ago. Okay? So, at the time when Street Fighter 4 was ending and Street Fighter 5 was beginning, I guess Jason Cole was very critical of Street Fighter 4, and he was like, man, you know, all you guys who are so good at Street Fighter 4, I guess one of the reasons that he was critical of it is he was saying they basically all just mastered and abused the focus attack system. It was all about focus attack and focus attack dash cancel.
If it's the main gimmick of the game and that's how, like, what the meta revolves around, that's literally how any competitive game goes. Like, what is, like, at a high echelon of competitive, like, the competitiveness of a person or a game, you have to play the competitive side of it. Like, if that means doing this shit is like, what? Exposed. Because they used like the best part of like one game, and now they have to learn a new game.
That doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, but Street Fighter 5's got something new. I'm sure they got fucking random super fucking EX Blanca bullshit words, Street Fighter words. Of course, him summarizing means I looked at a couple tweets. I didn't look at the entire thread, and I fucking cried about it. You know, back and forth. And he couldn't respond to anything because he knew he'd get bullied off the internet, so it's fine.
Literally, it's a vicious cycle. It never ends.
Yep.
I was like, what do they mean? So they quoted, of all people, Jason Cole.
What do they mean?
Tweeting about the Street Fighter 6 beta this last weekend.
This dude is like majority of my damage. 99.87% of my damage.
Street Fighter 6 beta's out. Man, this game is hot. Take a look at all this awesome stuff in the game.
This game is come.
Who claim we were so good at Street Fighter during Street Fighter 5 are about to be exposed. Because all those strategies that you used in Street Fighter 5 to get ahead don't work in Street Fighter 6. So here you go. It's a brand new game, Street Fighter 6. It's going to be way better than that game, Street Fighter 5. That wasn't so good.
I hate this dude. God damn,
Street Fighter
I hate
6
him.
is much better.
So much.
So I guess what it is, basically people are saying OGs like Jason Cole and others, not just him, but others, are always salty. They always want a game to play like their old classic game.
This is Bill. This is 1,000% the self-reflectiveness of DSP.
They're not prominent anymore in these games.
Him!
You don't see any OGs really placing.
This fucking dude is describing himself.
Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 5, Street Fighter 6. Did they play them? Yes.
Super Turbo. Say Turbo.
No. Right? Almost never. There's a few exceptions, but almost never. Okay?
Is he the exception? Please tell me he's the exception.
A new
Steve
generation of players
Sharon,
who stepped up and
yep.
became the prominent top-level players, while the OGs kind of faded into obscurity, right? I think we can all agree there. You didn't see Alex Valle, Jason Cole, John Choi winning Street Fighter 5 tournaments. Correct.
Now, yes, to share on people that actually go at the game and were successful.
So, what's interesting to me is that even though I'm not part of the fighting game community,
has to comment about it to get the clout.
Resonate with me, right? You guys know how critical I've been of Street Fighter since I became a YouTuber. You know this. You've heard the criticisms, right? Street Fighter 4, I felt the vanilla version was completely unbalanced, with characters like Sagat and Rufus being way overpowered. Then with each version...
Didn't he say he liked it vanilla the best?
To rebalance and fix that,
or was that the old 2014 one? Right? But I can't even tell. That's what I get for watching a 2014 clip before watching a 2022 clip. It's literally, I can't tell if it was real or not. What's reality? What's reality? I'm getting snapped by Thanos. That Fortnite dude.
And it just kept happening.
He just punched the mic again. Yeah, I see Will him again. He just fucking Hadouken Dragon uppercut the fucking mic.
Every 8
nice.
months. And then have the whole game's balance shift to be unfair again, unbalanced again.
I'm not playing after this. I'm playing Vampire Survivor or something else. Some other one. The non-Vampire Survivor one. The new one that's kind of like that procedural
I started
dumb
playing
shit.
it and I was like, I don't know, there's just something off about this game and I don't know what it is.
Barry
Rubin
Rubin
6 to 8
just
months we knew what
cheered.
it was. The game had the most input delay of any game ever. There was no excuse for it besides they designed it to be played with lag online.
Lag.
And it essentially turned the game into a game where you could not react to anything. You just played a slow-ass pattern. And the game sucked ass for years. Until finally they patched the shit out of it to make it a much better game by the end of its run, right? So I can understand like the criticisms thrown towards modern Street Fighter. Absolutely I can, because I'm along with them. And I said to this day, I still feel that a classic game like Super Turbo
Even I believe
is
it's
still better than Street Fighter 4 and
radiology.
5. I'm sorry, I just do. You can completely disagree. That's totally fine.
What do you say?
Well, I look at a game like Super Turbo.
Yep, there it is.
There's only 16 characters, but there's an insane amount of variety of gameplay.
There's
in the
not,
game,
though.
because the characters can play completely differently. But not only that, one person can pick a character and play them
Akuma.
one way, while
Motherfucker,
another person picks that
Akuma.
character and plays them in a completely different way, and it's completely viable for tournament play. Right? I've seen. Here's a perfect example of that. Chun-Li. I've seen crazy rush down Chun-Li. She's constantly in your face. She won't stop attacking. She's always jumping in an angle where you can't anti-air her. She's tick throwing you into crazy mix loops and things. Then I've seen crazy keep away Chun-Li. Chun-Li that literally will stay away from you and zone you with her fireballs. Never let you jump in because she's always counter hitting you on the way down. Like I've seen these different versions of her played so dramatically differently. And you didn't really see that in recent Street Fighters. What you'll see is, oh, this character is played in this method. That is the way the character is played if you want to win. And if you veer from that formula, you essentially lose, right? It's the epitome of pattern play. You learn one pattern that you adhere to with a character. You use said pattern ad nauseum to win, and that's competitive Street Fighter, or at least that's what competitive Street Fighter has been in the last couple of games, from my perspective. Now, I'm not saying
This
there's anything
fucking dude.
necessarily terribly wrong with that, unless you're okay with every character playing the same forever. It won't create variety. It won't create a sense of identity. It's just kind of like, it is what it is, right?
Let's get this, dude. Look at
I
that.
grew up in a time when
Yeah,
that's not what competitive fighters
damage.
were about. You know, it wasn't about mastering one pattern with a character. It was more
Oversized
about adapting to your
ratty.
situation.
Yes.
Using that character and facing off against the other cast members in different situations where you had to think on the fly. Because what if you know how to beat Chun-Li, but the Chun-Li's playing in a way you're not used to? Well, now you got to adapt. And most people can't do that in Modern Street Fighter because they're playing a pattern. You see what I'm saying? So
I can't like auto
it's very
this
different
thing, right? No, I have to
today
do forward
than
and
the
backward, I
mentality of how these
think.
games used to be played. So in a lot of regards, when I see OGs posting up and
Summon
stuff
an
like
ancient.
that, I kind of understand it. All right?
One hero.
But
soul,
absolutely, I would say,
Ascend, unlock mercenaries. What the fuck are these things?
these modern gamers obviously have found a way to make
Dude, where
these
do I
modern Street Fighter games hype
who ascends
them
me? I think
accepted
it's
and make
like
them
one of these.
prominent
Oh, this guy.
and make them
The
part of gaming
Amento
culture.
top.
maybe. Sadly, those days are just
Ascension.
gone. You know what I'm
cost
saying?
19.2.
And you look at
Creates a
those
new
old
universe,
days
much
of
like
Super
glowing
Turbo,
bright
like,
magma
man,
chasm open
that
up
game
in
will still
instant,
always stand the test of
your
time.
game, and
We
you
will
receive
always go
8
back to
hero
Super Turbo and
souls.
reference
So I
it
get
as the game
Ascend for plus
that put
8.
competitive
You have 1
fighting games on
soul,
the
so I
map.
get bonus
But
10% damage. There's
maybe
1
we
hero
just
soul for
gotta
every
kind of accept that we're not
2,000
gonna
hero
get that
levels for a world
because that's
ascension,
not
and
what
upgrade
modern
provided by
gamers want.
hero. You can add to this
Modern gamers
number by
want
defeating
flashy.
Centurion
So you
bosses
have to
every
have a move
100
like Drive
zone,
Impact
or
in
by
the game,
finding the rare
because they
primal
want the
boss. that
flashiness
represents
of it.
100. Ooh.
They want a comeback factor where
Comeback.
you can literally be losing and then you make one mistake and get hit by Drive Impact or use Drive Impact to get a critical hit. And now next thing you know, you just took away 50% of your opponent's health bar and you're well past that hurdle, and now you're on your way back, you know. These were not things that used to exist. And you can argue one way or another that they made fighting games better or worse over time. For me, my ultimate pet peeve about any fighting game, all right, is that you make one mistake, you get hit once, and because you literally got hit once, your opponent is able to do an insane combo, right, that takes away the vast majority of your health, and now you have no chance to come back that round. I hate that. That was my major criticism earlier this year with the King of Fighters. What was it, 15? How is it that this game is based on one hit? And if you get the one hit, because there's no damage scaling, someone could do an 80% damage combo on you. And now the round is over. What have I fucking sneezed, right? It shouldn't be based on one mistake, in my opinion. Now, some people could disagree, and that's fine. I mean, take a look at games like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, games like Dragon Ball FighterZ. Like, that's the game. The whole game is based around getting that one hit, that one mix-up. Zoom, here comes ginormous combo that wipes out the whole team, you win the match, right? And I hate that. I fucking always have hated that. That it's almost like a touch of death. The moment you get hit, the game's over. I don't see how that's competitive, right? You know, instead of playing the fighting game, you might as well just play rock, paper, scissors, right? Because if it's really just about that one thing, oh, done, right? Oh, rock versus scissors, smash the scissors, game over, right? Then why are you playing a fighting game, right? You could easily just do something else that's just immediate winner or loser. You don't even need to have the semantics of disguising it as some kind of a competitive fighting game when it's literally get one hit, win the match, you know? That's always been my pet peeve about certain fighters, all right? But a lot of people disagree with me and they like that. And again, they like the flashiness factor. That's become, in the last 15 years, since now, it's all about the prominence of streaming and becoming hype around fighting games when they're played competitively. You want your fighting game to be the flashiest thing possible. So you need drive impact. You need the comeback factor. You need the thing that looks special and flashy and crazy on the screen because that attracts the casual viewers. That brings in the stream monsters. That brings in the attention to your product, to your game, to your tournament series. That allows you to get more prominence and make more money, right? And I get that. It's business. I get it. But does it water down the competition? I don't know. I think maybe it does. But I honestly don't think that people really care that much anymore, you know? When you look back at the days of the classics, I think I'll always agree that Super Turbo is the best fighting game of all time.
This fucking
But
dude. It's
does
been a
that mean that I
fucking
need to write
Super
off Street Fighter
Turbo
6 because
suck
it
off
has a few
series
things that
over
are a little
here?
different? No, I don't think so. I don't know. Like, it's just a weird fight. I never thought I would actually see people fighting with OGs. I thought these guys were well respected in the community, and it seems like at this point, whatever this current generation is doing in Street Fighter, they've finally like splintered off and said, we're not following the old ways anymore. We don't even respect the old players. Someone actually posted up, don't call them OGs anymore. Just call them boomers. It's like, wow. So now you're not even going to give them that respectful title of OG, original gamer, anymore. You're going to remove what would be considered respectful, and you're just going to call them a generic meme name.
A meme
generally
name.
considered disrespectful, right? Boomer is essentially a negative stereotype or meme, while OG is considered a positive stereotype or meme. So I don't know. This is kind of weird to me. I've never seen this happen before. But again,
how did this be
I've been
a
outside the
rant
community.
for this
I've been
fucking
paying attention. I
long?
guess there really has been a giant shift in the last 10 years or so.
He fucking looks it up on Twitter every day, dude. What do you mean?
I literally ignored it on purpose because I didn't like it. So I was paying no attention to any of that. I guess if I'm going to play
I
Street Fighter 6,
guarantee you all the old pre-streams, it'll be him mentioning
by the way,
fucking
by no
Street
means
Fighter 5 whenever
don't
that's
think
like
this
the
is me
relevant
saying I wanna
time
be part
period
of
of the
that PC. I
videos.
don't. You
Like,
already know. You saw the ridiculous experience I just had with them a few days ago. I
crying
want
about
nothing to do
getting
with that
bullied,
toxic nonsense, you know. I'll
crying
play
about
Street
everyone
Fighter 6 on the
hating because it's a piece of
sidelines,
shit.
You know, I'll enjoy it. I'll explore characters. I'll
Yep,
play it
I'll
online.
cry about it,
I'll
enjoy it, then I'll
definitely
poke
do
the fucking
awesome
bear
single-player
again, then
content.
yell and cry
I'll
about
try
when
to
I
play
get
stuff
yelled at
online
for
and
poking
do
the
fun
bear.
stuff with you
So,
guys coverage. I'll probably do Madness series again like I used
oh
to.
my god,
But
Yuri Madness or
I
fucking
don't
Ryu
see myself
Madness.
trying to get back into that community. Not after
He
what I've
should
seen
never. He should
and what I'm
never,
observing as an
never,
outsider
ever
from that
try
community.
to get
All
back
I'm seeing
into
is
that
toxicity.
community.
And it's like, why the hell would anyone
Why
want
the
to be
hell
a
would
part
I
of
do
that?
that?
You know what I'm like? You know, like it actually kind of blows my mind that they don't have like leaders in that community.
Do I not have Excel anymore? What the
Speaking
fuck?
out
Excel,
and
yeah.
saying, you know, maybe we should not be such dicks. Maybe we should not be such negative, toxic memesters, constantly trying to pull everything
Negative,
apart, tear people
toxic
down. Maybe we should be more
memesters.
welcoming. Maybe we should be more, you know what I mean? They're tearing down their own OGs, their own people who used to be respected in the community as the originators of Street Fighter. They're now calling boomers. I mean, holy shit. Anyway, that's really the
Yeah,
only
and
thing
of
I
course
wanted to talk
King
about today.
Goken already talking about
I didn't really
Chris
see any
G.
major gaming news or
Get out of
anything
here,
going on.
fucking
But I thought it would be
pedophile,
worth a
dude.
discussion. Okay.
Fuck. Oh my god, dude. Goken's a piece of shit
Okay,
anyway. Holy Christ.
So
The fact that dickhead, like
on
all
the
of his
YouTube side
mods,
of
I'm
things
pretty
today,
sure have like been
we don't have anything to
fucking
shout
like
out yet. We don't have
cycled
any
through it
super chats,
numerous
we don't have any
times.
memberships or anything.
Swaggins has
Thank you
been
for the
yelled
likes,
at,
44
cried,
likes
and
and crying.
fucking
I
cummed
appreciate
for
that.
DSP so
We do
many
have a few tips to
times.
shout out.
KG has been
Got.
fucking was called out on the sidelines for being a pedophile for his YouTube history and shit. He left and then he came back like fucking with his dick
Dante
between his legs. Like
is our first tipper of the day and says, "Will you play Devil May Cry 2
no
for
one could touch
Halloween?"
me. I fuck Christian
I don't
got
know.
body. Yeah, because he's a
I'm
fuck
not determining
dude.
what I play for Halloween. You are.
This man just said I had a 78 win streak playing randoms and I got bodied
And
by
I
a
don't
guy
know
that
exactly
actually
what you guys
plays
are
fighting
nominating.
games. Shut the fuck up,
So,
King
I have no
Goken.
clue.
Holy shit, dude.
You know what exactly is going to be
But
in
9:30 to
that
10, I did that right? Yeah, I think
will actually
9:30 to
start
10.
taking,
We'll say.
a look at your nominations over the next week, and then I will get to you guys with a poll for the most nominated games, and go from there. But I have no idea what people nominated. Okay.
I have
next
no
tip's another dollar
idea.
tip from
People
Ryu.
nominated.
Do you think it was for the best that they got rid of Ono for Capcom's fighting games division? Well, here's the thing.
What did I fuck this up? How did I fuck
All
this
right,
up? Hold on.
Ono.
0.25. Yep.
From what I'm to
7.
understand, everyone who
8.
knew Yoshitori, is his first name? Yoshitori Ono, loved the guy. They thought he was like the nicest guy, a very positive exude, like he was smiling constantly, has a little Blanca action figure, obviously a lifelong fan of Street Fighter, and he was definitely responsible for some of the biggest hits of Street Fighter. He was the one who was in charge of Street Fighter 4 when it literally reinvigorated fighting games and recreated
10.
the whole fighting game movement, 13 years ago.
2.
So obviously the guy did something right. You can't stare at him and be like, "Oh, he's absolutely responsible for the downfall of competitive Street Fighter, and he did all this and that." I mean, did he make mistakes? Yes, but I don't think you can stare at the guy and be, "Oh, the finger of blame solely on Ono," and stuff like that, right? You can't do that. At the same time, I mean, you take a look at what happened with the fighting games division, right, of Street Fighter, and you take a look at things such as the several different iterations of Street Fighter 4 that came out that maybe you can argue diluted the game and made it not as fun by the end competitively.
Come on.
The insanely botched Street Fighter Cross Tekken game launch, where literally just based on the fact that characters were on this DLC, people destroyed the game. I think, honestly, people kind of hated on the game more than it really deserved. Because art-wise, I thought it looked pretty good. And gameplay elements made the gameplay very similar to the Capcom vs. SNK series. But it wasn't until the gem system was implemented and then the on-disc DLC was revealed that the game was essentially buried by the fighting game community and mainstream gamers as a whole. They saw the slippery slope there, and they just didn't want to deal with locked content on a physical disc that you had bought, okay? And that was him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was under his watch. He was the one that was in charge of competitive fighting games at Capcom at the time, right? And then, yes, he was in charge of Street Fighter during the launch of Street Fighter V, which is arguably one of the worst fighting game launches of all time, if not the worst. A beta that didn't work. A second beta that also didn't work. The launch of the physical game that everyone bought, and it didn't work. And there was no offline content to speak of. So literally, you buy a game and it's unplayable. It's worthless. It's a fucking...
This fucking dude.
It's a cup rest, right? What do you call it? A cup